Hi my loves, thanks for returning. I hope this video finds you happy and doing well. As you know by the thumbnail, this is going to be a super chatty get ready with me. And you know my chatty get ready with me is I'm just talking about a particular topic as well as just kind of running my mouth. But I am using a few new-ish products, and one of them would be the new Stila foundation. I picked this up and is this bottle to die for. Alright, and you all know, if you saw my haul, I think I mentioned this in one of my videos, I do have the ABH collab with Aina, so I'll be using this. I also have the Sephora Pro palette. This came out maybe some months back, but I picked this up during the Sephora sale and it is gorgeous. You gotta see this palette in person. What else? I picked up I will be using the Benefit concealer, which is really nice, and just other random products that I haven't necessarily talked about but I do love, and that would be the MORPHE liquid lipsticks and the Sephora gel lip liners. I think that those are really nice. So let me just go ahead and tell you the topic so you can decide if you want to hang around or not. But I want to talk about infidelity and forgiveness. There is a particular video that inspired this, and I will get into that as I start doing my makeup, but I really do want to talk about this. And as always, please comment. I love seeing you all's comments. Plus, again, a lot of people read the comments, and a lot of folks that comment, you all do have some good information, some good insight, and I like that. I like having that attached to the video. Plus, according to my analytics, a lot of people that watch me are kind of like up in my age group. I'm 48, so according to my analytics, it's like people that are 35 to I think 55 or something like that. That's probably the main age group. So I know a lot of you all can provide a lot of insight. You know, we've been living not a long time but long enough. So anyway, with that being said, don't forget to comment, and let's go ahead and get into this makeup. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with the NYX Professional 3-in-1 brow pencil, and the brow pencil looks like this. I really like it because it's like a substantial big pen, and on one end you get your pencil, okay, and then on the other end you get the brow brush where you can just kind of brush your brows. So I'm going to start off with my brows, and I just wanted to say that I got this topic off of or from Derek Jenks. I'm not sure if you all are familiar with him, but he is a YouTuber, and he pretty much advocates for women and calls a lot of guys on their bull crap. Now, I don't watch all of his videos, but I do have my notifications on, and when a topic that comes up that I think is interesting, or you know, I just kind of want to hear what he's going to say, even though I know what he's going to say already just because of his past videos, I click on it. So there was one particular video that recently popped up, and it says a real man gon' stick by his woman even if she gets pregnant by another man. So immediately I'm thinking, you know, wow, what man could really do that? Because most times you hear about the opposite end where the man gets another woman pregnant and then the woman has to forgive the man, or you know, just kind of decide if she's going to forgive him or not. So now I'm going to go ahead and use the little brush side of it. And I don't use these all too often because my brow hairs are relatively thin, but I really like this one. I find that the pencil glides on really good. So now I'm just going to go ahead and carve out my brows, and I'm going to go ahead and go into the Aina palette. And I know all of you all are familiar with this palette. Here it is. But I'm going to go back and talk about Derek Jenks' video talking about if the woman got pregnant in a relationship, could the man forgive her? So I guess what I want to ask you all, I'm going to go in with this color right here, or what I want to talk about is, you know, do you think that a man could forgive a woman in that situation? Okay, because again, like I said before, you do find where, you know, on a lot of occasions, the man who is the one that has got another woman pregnant and is in need of forgiveness. Okay, so forgiveness is pretty much something that can be hard to do, but we all need it, right? In any situation. But for this video, I'm just going to strictly talk about relationships and what it takes to actually forgive somebody, you know, especially of that magnitude. I thought about it, you know, I'm thinking, could a man actually forgive a woman in that situation? And just because of how men are wired, I really don't think that they could. But on the flip side, as women, you know, I know it's mostly women watching me according to my analytics. Do you think that you could forgive your husband or your significant other if they did that to you? All right, so next I'm going to go into this shade right here, and I'm going to put that deeper in my crease. And you know, in any relationship, it takes forgiveness, it takes patience, but I think what's most important about forgiveness is that you do it for yourself. Because if you don't do it for yourself, you just become bitter and angry. And you know, when you become bitter and angry, it just turns into it just kind of makes you into this unattractive person. So on my lid, I'm just going to use this red color right here. And you know, with forgiveness, I think that there are some other underlying reasons as to why people, or why it's so hard for them to forgive, you know, outside of the offense that was done to the person. And I think that it's like a number of factors that come into play. You know, if you forgive a person, some may think, oh, she's weak, or that you're stupid, or you're a pushover, or even if you forgive the person, that they may do it again. So I think that that's why some people may be a little bit slow to forgive, you know, offenses like that. And I just think that that is why some people could be, you know, slow to forgive or not wanting to forgive. All right, so now I think I'm going to put this shade on my inner upper lid right here. I mean, and going back to why I think that people are or could be a little bit slow to forgive, you know, I have had friends even mention that, you know, that they don't want to be seen as a pushover, or they don't want to be seen as stupid or weak or whatever, because I'm sure all of you all have heard some of your friends talk about, or seen other women give other women advice, talking about, girl, you better leave him, don't let him do that to you, don't let him dog you out. Speaking of which, be careful when you listen to other friends on your relationship, especially if they are not in a relationship, or if they appear to be bitter, because sometimes it could mean that they're jealous and they don't want to see you in a relationship. But anyway, just had to mention that because I know that was a little bit off topic. So I'm just going to add this just on the first part, and this shadow is like glittery, or I am getting a lot of glitter particles that are kind of falling out a little bit, which is fine, you know. But yeah, I just thought it was a very interesting topic, you know, that he brought up. And of course he said that he couldn't do it, which kind of shocked me, because I kind of thought that he was going to say, oh yeah, I could forgive, you know, my girlfriend or my wife. I don't know if he's married or not. I could forgive her if she did something like that. And to me, it would just kind of be weird asking someone to forgive you if you did something like that. And I think it could only be weird if your husband or your boyfriend, if they have not done it to you before. Now, if you're in a relationship and whoever you're with, you know, they've cheated on you before and they've kind of dogged you out before, then okay, I could see asking, you know, forgiveness in that type of situation, because it almost seems like it could be payback, or kind of like a get out of jail free card or something like that. But if you're in a good relationship, and you know, that term can be relative as far as what's deemed as good or not, but if you're in a good healthy relationship, and you turn around and you ask your significant husband, or you tell them, oh, I'm pregnant by someone, that, to me, that's asking a lot, especially if they've been good to you. Alright, so I finished up with my eyes, and I added eyeliner and eyelashes, and these are some eyelashes from the Beauty Supply. And on the lower lash line, on the inner lower lash line, I put this hot pink color, and then on the outer lower lash line, I added I added this color. So now let's just go into the complexion. So this is the Stila Hide and Chic Fluid Foundation. You get 1 fluid ounce. And this says shape to activate using fingertips. I'm not going to be using my fingertips. Apply to center of the face and blend outward. For light to medium coverage, use 1 pump. For medium to full coverage, use 2 pumps. It has skin-loving nutrient botanicals help energize skin for a healthier looking, more refined, even tone complexion. So for you all who are familiar with my channel, you know that I like foundations that have some goodies in it. When I say goodies, I'm talking about ingredients that over time will, help improve my skin instead of over time help ruin my skin. So anyway, here is the glass bottle. Well, no, this is a glass. This is like a plastic. Okay, so this is pretty. It would have been cool if it could have been glass, but whatever. And it has that kind of matte type of textured pump looking, which is pretty much classic with all of their products, like their highlighters and their eyeshadow palette. I have their eyeshadow palette and some highlighters, and that's pretty much consistent. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pump this out, and I think that this color may be a little bit too red for me. But anyway, here it is. You see how fluid that is? It reminds me of the Natasha Denona, or as far as the texture is concerned, it reminds me of Natasha Denona's foundation, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to go ahead now, turn this out. And right here, I'm just going to outline the top part of my brows. I always do this with whatever color foundation that I'm going to use, because I really don't like that halo type of effect. I'm just going to add a little bit more on my forehead. And this was more than 2 pumps, and I'm by far not getting any type of full coverage, let alone, what does it say, medium to full? Okay, so I'm going to add another pump. I feel like I'm dry. Actually, this is 2 pumps. I can't really tell if this color is good for me. And I'm not going up under my eyes because you need to use a highlighter there. I add a little bit here. And I know it seems like I'm putting on a lot. I'm trying to see if I can get it up to full coverage. Alright, so this is what it's looking like. Alright, so, I got to feel it and see what it's feeling like. I love the fact that it's very lightweight. It's very lightweight. If you don't like heavy, thick foundations, this is excellent. I have some acne scarring right here, and you can still see it. So I'm going to come closer so you can just kind of see what this is doing on skin. And I have pores right up in here. I can still see my pores, but it definitely doesn't accentuate. So it feels really good, and it feels lightweight. All right, so next I'm going to go into the Benefit Boi-ing Concealer. And I want to get back on topic, and I just kind of want to talk about, are there other offenses that are greater than, someone cheating on you and getting someone else pregnant? But yeah, are there any other offenses out there that are unforgivable, that if someone did to you that you just could not forgive them? So I think that in all situations I could forgive. I think the bigger question is, after you forgive someone, do you stay with them? Do you continue the relationship? Okay, I'm thinking that I don't want to set this, y'all. I know y'all are like, girl, you don't say anything. Well, no, if I think that it doesn't need it, even this concealer, I think I'll probably set everything lightly, because I'm looking at the monitor and I can see a lot of shine, but I'm basing it off of how it feels. It feels very light. It's just a little bit tacky, just a little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of powder. Alright, so next I'm going to use this baby right here. Woo! That is so pretty. This is the Sephora Face Palette. OMG. So I'm going to contour with this shade right here. And for blush, I think I'm going to use this shade. And the highlighter, I'm going to use this gold one. Alright, so I'm going to start off with this highlighter. Ooh, so pretty. Now I'm going to go into the bronzer, which is right here. Alright, so for blush, I think I'm going to use this one. And it's so pigmented. It's so pigmented. Look at that. Woo. So now for the lips. And I have these Sephora gel lip liners. I need to open it up. I don't know why I didn't open this up before I started. And I'm probably just going to apply it all over my lips. And the reason I like this one is because it's just a complete nude. Now it is wearing down pretty quickly, which I don't know if I like. But that could be because I'm putting it all over my lips. And then the last thing I have is a MORPHE lip gloss, and I'm just going to apply that over this. I'm going to be having a favorite nudes video come out soon. And yeah, look out for that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to let me know what you think about this whole forgiveness and infidelity thing down in the comments. Would you be able to forgive someone if they, you know, did some, or, you know, just did something really egregious, as well as if you did something that was, you know, not on par? Would you be able to, I guess, have the nerve, or would you be afraid to even ask someone for forgiveness? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until my next video, smooches.